Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. Today we have brought F1 back to Valencia Street Circuit. So we are here with the F122 car at the Valencia Street Circuit. It has been a long time since we've seen F1 come to this circuit IRL. The last time I remember playing it was in F1 2011, which was also my first ever Formula 1 game. So we're taking a nice little cruise lap around this circuit here before we do a little bit of a 10-lap race. And I'll be honest, you know, I have zero memory of how the layout of this circuit goes. So this is a mod on rFactor 2. Link will be down in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. But yeah, my memory of this circuit is non-existent. I remember the actual circuit, I just don't remember anything of the layout. So it is certainly going to be an interesting race, just trying to remember where I'm supposed to turn, the braking zones, etc. It's a pretty lengthy circuit here. You have this nice sweeping straightaway right here. Get the DRS wide open and get some very high speeds going here. And then of course we have a nice braking zone here and down into the right-hander. Then a little bit of a chicane here back to the left, couple left-handers. But yeah, it's a pretty lengthy circuit here. But I don't even, this race 2011, like I said, was the last F1 game I remember playing it. You know, that was still before I was actually even into Formula 1, so I never actually got to see a race here. Not really any knowledge of past races in Valencia. I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, the only thing I can remember, and correct me if I'm wrong down below, I think like Maldonado and like Hamilton had a run in here at some point in Valencia Street Circuit. Correct me if I'm wrong, and if I am wrong, let me know where that was. But that's like the only thing I can ever remember potentially of this circuit here. But yeah, overall, I think we're going to be in for a good race, so at least. So out of the final turn, and you can see that on a cruise lap, it's still under 2 minutes, so it's not too long of a lap. But let's go see what we can do in the actual race. So we're on the grid, ready to go. The lights out here as Max Verstappen in the Valencia Street Circuit Grand Prix. It's lights out, we're underway. I'm on the wrong tire compound. Lights out again. Let's make it happen this time, shall we now? As it's a great start. We're going to go 3 wide in the middle between the Alpine as well as Sainz. We're going to back out, let them kind of have their fun here now. Down towards turn 1. Slow up just a little bit early and see. Oh, wow. We have a bit of a pile up here. I'm just going to go to the inside. Is that going to be an illegal overtake? I hope not. Think we're okay. Yes, we are. We got away with one there, but certainly some issues on the start in turn 1. I think it was a Mercedes that went off or around, I should say. Look at all these cars here just clumped together right now. We are wheel to wheel now with Charles Leclerc slipping behind him so we can get that slipstream, which is so effective. I just got rear-ended from Carlos Sainz again. Okay, thank you very much, Carlos. Now, as that was an illegal pass, so we got to get the spot back there, and then I'm just going to send it up the inside right here, see if we can get this pass done. Carlos, getting on my nerves here. Come on now, let me get past you, would you? Nope, it's not going to quite happen there. I could send it up the inside right here, but he's actually going to take a very defensive line. I'm getting rear-ended again. This time it's by an Alpine, but we still have a chance right here to pass Carlos. Oh, it's so close quarters. We kind of rough him up a little bit NASCAR style. Oh, he's going to run into the back of me now, try to turn me around. We save it. Carlos Sainz is on a bit of a mission here in the Ferrari, just trying to wreck us apparently. Not mission win now, mission wreck Gary, because goodness gracious, he is all over the place. I sent it way too deep into the corner because I saw him coming, and I was trying to make sure I stay ahead of him. However, doesn't quite work out very well. We do stay ahead at least and hold on to the position, and now we can try and focus in on running down the cars in front of us after Carlos Sainz just making it misery trying to get ahead. And here we go into the final corner now and down to about first gear. Get back up through the gears at 1 lap complete, and we did gain some positions. We're up to P14, and we're getting a little bit closer to the Alfa Romeo. Let's try and bring up the leaderboard, so that way we know actually who we're racing around right now, as I can't tell if that's Valtteri or Zhou Guanyu, and it is going to be Zhou Guanyu there just in front of us. Zhou Guanyu, by the way, is going to be my favorite driver, I think, in 2023. I think he's won the bid over who I'm going to choose after Sebastian Vettel retires. So I'm excited to see what Zhou is going to be able to do in the 2023 season. I already know Carlos Sainz is about to send one up my outside, actually, here. Now, they can really brake significantly later than you, and then they're going to get into my left rear and basically just turn me around. Let's try this again, shall we? Let's find a way to end Carlos Sainz's race and then win our own race right here from P20 to P1 here now, as I'm going to slice it up the inside, hit the brakes. The Williams really just made it a heck of a send to the inside. The Alfa Romeo there is not going, and that moves us up to P16. They're literally stuck together back there behind us, so we are able to get those positions and now focus forward here on the back of what looks like Lance Stroll, fellow Canadian. I'll go around the outside here, potentially got that slipstream from the Haas up ahead into the braking zone again, heavy braking zone here, and oh my god, Perez with issues, and this is working out pretty well for us so far, though, actually, I gotta say, because we are making up a good chunk of positions on this opening lap. A little bit of wheel to wheel with the Haas right there, but we're up at P12, so an absolutely fantastic start. How do I defend against that? The Haas is absolutely flying right now, and I can't really defend very well. I mean, I get on the brakes hard, he goes up my inside. You know what? We actually hold on pretty well, and now we can try and get closer to the back of Alex Albon there in the Williams. You can see that I still don't know what I'm doing around this circuit here because I'm leaving so much time on the table in some of these corners. This is definitely my favorite section of track right here, leading up to this final turn. This final sector, pretty fun. However, gotta get a little bit better at that final turn braking zone, that's for sure. Where it's within the slipstream just about. I think we might just ever so slightly have a bit of a hold on that. So nice, comfortable gap to work with here down into turn 1. I was very reluctant to send it there in turn 1, but one lap down and we haven't been turned by Carlos Sainz. Haven't even seen Carlos Sainz. No sign of Carlos. Starting to find a little bit more time here now. We're starting to close that gap a little bit to Albon. I am able to get to the throttle a lot quicker than I realized I could originally, that's for sure. I'm still messing up right here. This is where I'm making the mistakes, the braking zones right now. But right through here, this final sector, like I said, I really enjoy this final sector. You can really get going through here, and now we're pretty close to the back of Albon. Hopefully we can make a move on him, say down into turn 1 or so, maybe even the final turn. Let's just send it up the inside and see what happens here. Now that was an aggressive move. It obviously results in a little bit of contact, not what we want to see there. However, DRS is going to be open now on this lap, and actually I think this track actually has DRS zone. Some tracks, if they don't have a DRS zone built into them, then you can basically open DRS at any point on the circuit where there's a straight line to be had. However, I think this one might actually have an actual DRS zones. We'll wait and see. Probably right here. Rear flap system now enabled. There we see it. So DRS will be opened here momentarily whenever we find one of the zones, and we'll try to get a little bit closer and get into the points here. We might not even need DRS to get into the points because Gasly is right there in front of us. So look at all the cars right here together. So there's the DRS, though, wide open now. Rear wing opened wide up, and we used a little bit of the extra speed, but actually losing time here to Pierre. Actually, it looks like we can open the rear wing still at any time on this circuit too. So, yeah, it had to wait till lap 3, and then you could just do whatever you please, as I'm going to completely miss my braking zone paying attention to the DRS. No, we can't use DRS here, so maybe there is zones. I'm so confused at this point, but nonetheless, we have entered the points now in Valencia Street Circuit. So let's get a little bit closer here to hopefully, it's Carlos Sainz who's right in front of me. The next objective here to pass for 9th place. So that's a little bit concerning. I think it could be a little bit difficult to complete the pass on him. He has not made it easy on us so far here today. However, we're gonna do our best. That was a really good braking zone. Actually, it's one of the best ones so far, and look at the gap. It closes right up. Carlos going for a move right there on the inside of the Haas. He leaves himself vulnerable, wide open to myself. I get the rear wing open, we get clear, we pass the Ferrari, and now we can try and focus in on Mick Schumacher. Carlos, took a shot at him, couldn't quite make it happen. Now we're gonna try and take a shot at Mick ourselves, and I'm going for the absolute dive bomb, a full send right there, more wheel-to-wheel contact, and rFactor 2, it gets a little bit physical. However, we're going to pass the Haas right there, and Carlos Sainz is going to try and fight him now as well as we move up into P8. Just 6 laps to go here in Valencia, and we continue to close in. I don't know if we're going to win this race, but we definitely got some good speed here now, and I think we can get close. We got Sebastian Vettel just in front of us here, so very unfortunate, very sad week for me. Now, this channel, it launched January 1st. It should have at least launched January 1st, 2023, as just a part of my project here of the 2023 kind of push. So I'm recording this video in 2022, November 18th actually is the date as I look up at the monitor there. So this is the week of Abu Dhabi, just a few days away, and Sebastian Vettel's final race weekend makes me very sad. That was not what I wanted to do, I swear. I'm really struggling to pass people clean, it appears, so far here in this Red Bull. So we're going to try and clean it up for the final few laps. We only got 4 laps to go, and we are continuing to gain positions, obviously. Not the way I wanted to pass Sebastian Vettel, but however, we are still on the move. They're using the barrier even to my assistance and running a little bit wide. George Russell currently the next car in front of us there for P6, so we should be able to catch him. We're seeming to be able to get about to the back of one car every lap or two, so hopefully we can get to Russell here very, very shortly. Got through there pretty well, get the DRS wide open again, and we are closing in pretty quickly on Russell as we go towards the final sector, and now a really, really nice braking zone there. Sebastian Vettel's not far behind myself. He's actually kind of staying within contact a little bit, so keeping a little bit of pressure on myself there in the rear view mirror. However, as we head towards the final couple of corners, hopefully we can close up quite a bit right here on Russell. I'm pretty confident there. That was pretty aggressive on the track limits, and they are certainly going to let me know about that one. We got a couple of track limit points out of that. However, it's not too bad. Oh yeah, here we go. This is allowing myself to get pretty close right now to the back of Russell. I mean, look at everybody though. There's so many cars right here together. So, I mean, you get past one, you're already all over the back of the next one, which would be Fernando Alonso. And for example, here, if we pass Russell, hopefully within the next lap or so, it's not going to be right here, but we might be able to get him with DRS or something. Oh wow, Russell's gonna go for a move. He's gonna fancy a move on Alonso, and you know what? It might work out for him pretty well. Let's wait and see what happens here. They are both just, for whatever reason, saying see you later to me. Now we're kind of flatlining. Now we're closing in a little bit here. Now I'm gonna brake a little bit early, just see what happens. Alonso, oh, he kind of just stops right there in front of me. We're gonna go around the outside of him, and there we go, another pass on him. So he gets done dirty by not only Russell but myself as well. A little bit of oversteer right there on the exit of the corner. Get that rear wing open, get that slipstream from George. He doesn't really have much of a slipstream from up ahead. However, I don't feel confident, but I'm going to try. I'm going to send it up the inside, and we keep it on the circuit, but Russell, he's going to fight back on the right side, and we muscle our way through there. Nearly some contact, but we make it happen up in a P5. Let's see if we can go get 4th. We are very close now to the back of Danny Rick. A bit of a mistake right there, completely missed the apexes and still making errors right there, so giving up some time as we approach just 2 laps to go down towards the final braking zone. Get down into first gear, try to get this thing to rotate. You can really use the throttle in this car with this mod to get this car to rotate through the corner, but nonetheless, still a little bit of work to be done with 2 laps remaining. We are right up to the back of the McLaren. Get that throttle down, get that rear wing open again. DRS, here we go. Slipstream this time, so we should be able to close in towards Ricardo by the end of the straightaway. Maybe not quite, but into the braking zone. I'm going to brake a little bit early, and then let's see. Ricardo's going to go for a move now on Nicholas Latifi. Maybe both of them battling is going to open the door for me. Yes, it absolutely is. I'm going to actually be a little bit cautious, though, in this move here on Danny Rick. Get that rear wing open one more time, and not quite able to make a move right there approaching this final lap. Here we go. That was absolutely missed the braking zone for my life. That was terrible. That was actually terrible. Get me off the circuit. That was so bad. Oh my god. I'm all over the back of Danny Rick. However, here we go. Oh, he's gonna stomp on it, and don't mind if I do. Try and get the spot from him. And here we go. We might be able to pull it off now, as it is going to be final lap underway from Valencia Street Circuit. Give Danny Rick the room he deserves there on the right side. He's not going to take advantage of it, and now we are up into third place on this final lap. He's under attack from Fernando Alonso in the background. Looks like he holds on, however, now, but you can see that it is just going to be too little too late. I think it's Lando Norris in the McLaren who's currently out front on this final lap here in Valencia, which is fascinating to see. What if we get McLaren up at the top in 2023? You never know there now as we continue on trying to close this gap, getting a little bit aggressive here on my braking zones, maybe a little bit too aggressive. We don't have DRS. We're not within a second of the car in front, so this is going to be a bit problematic here. Ricardo, I can see in the mirror, is getting close very, very quick. Not much I can do. However, he is 100% going to send it right here. I guarantee it. Oh my God, he just ran into the back of me. You know what? Fair play. I deserved it after what I just did to you guys a lap ago. Fernando's trying to get involved. I'm still saying, hold on, Danny Rick. I want to be in this fight there. Maybe I should have waited, because now, as we get back going here, I don't have any DRS again, and I am once again a sitting duck. I'm going to stay left. You go to the right, Daniel, and then I'll see if I can outbrake you into the corner, and I can absolutely do that. However, we're going to pay the price right there. We're going to go wide, but we get such a good run off that I'm going to be able to stay ahead. He's going to try and do a little switchback. What a move. That was just made me look silly right there. What a move from Ricardo, and now he is going to probably hang on to P3. I don't see any possible way of myself getting him here as we head into the final braking zone. It's not going to happen. Ricardo steals a spot on the final lap here in Valencia Street Circuit. It is going to be P4 for us after starting last. I'll take it. That was a lot of fun. Valencia is a fun circuit to drive. It's a pretty lengthy lap, and it's quite complicated. Not maybe the best for racing, but fun to drive. And if you guys enjoyed, had fun watching, you know what to do. Thank you all for taking the time out of your day for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.